to Ancient Copenhagen Flames versus HONORIS. Copenhagen Flames, this is their second home, their stronghold. You'd think this could be a 2-0 for them, but let's see.
Well, we're going to find out if it happens or not. HONORIS desperately going to be looking to try and avoid the lower bracket, and there's going to be a huge fight in towards middle right now from both of the teams, sending so many of their players in that direction. It's a bloodbath, and nearly all of the blood belongs to HONORIS.
Oh dear. Ryko left last alive. Just push straight through the smoke. TMB will get that frag, and that's the perfect start for Copenhagen Flames. Just speed working for them once again. Taking control of that. Wasn't really much strategy behind that one. That was just absolute flat out. And that means that they have a great chance now to build it up. Do you want to risk force buy? That is the question. Samey's got a kit. He's bought a kit, actually. Okay, that's interesting. They've gone for a full eco with Samey only on the defuse kit. What kind of plans he got here? Has he found a new spot on the map to hide and ninja? What's going on
How
with
do
this?
you even misbuy a kit? You couldn't even put that down to a misbuy, right?
You couldn't, no.
I would love to see them win the round because of that kit. Make it happen. Come on, HONORIS. I'm biased right now. You heard me.
This would be very amusing. Not for Copenhagen Flames, I'm sure, but still. Doubling up.
It does kind of feel like if Copenhagen Flames could qualify for Melbourne, obviously ESL Challenger Melbourne, that would be a huge sort of way for them to just kind of alleviate the disappointment and the depression from not reaching the RMR.
Yeah, they don't really reach as many lands as they should, do they? So it's important for them to make it through. Their huge successes for the end of last year were mostly online. All the CCT and a couple of EDC wins as well. Rock pushing through here with Mac 10 looking to farm some cash. A great first map and he wants some more. Up to 3 already. Now Semi has that defuse kit. It's not like you can throw the defuse kit on the bomb and hope it automatically defuses. So yeah, that's not going to be much use for him. But yeah, I mean,
don't play child's games here, Trav.
We don't. Indeed. I'm glad you understood that reference. Anyway, he's gonna creep in for it. Oh, he's been spotted.
Oh, mate. Oh,
imagine if Rose didn't see him.
Yeah. That would have been a hilarious way for them to win the round. I just want to point out something. I've just run through the events that Copenhagen Flames have played with this roster. They haven't played a single LAN yet.
Oh, okay. They had played a local Danish LAN, I think, sometime early last year, but still that's a long time ago.
Not even on HLTV though, so
right.
That's
wait, doesn't it? I mean, they've not qualified for enough. They really need to the RMR was the big opportunity for them, and their big focus. Regali said so to you directly in an interview.
Yes.
And that failure to make that was a huge issue. But they're sticking with it at least, and still having good results online. But if they're to actually make Melbourne full stop, they're going to have to do it the hard way, because some great teams in this qualifier. 1 win, Cause, Sprout, Ecstatic,
Aurora,
Apex.
Just read out the whole list.
And only 1 spot.
Yeah. Brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. That's why you don't want to go down to the lower bracket after the first match. Is going to be an investment here for HONORIS. They've got the rifles in play. Copenhagen Flames, well, it's a bonus round for them. And it looks like they're going to be testing the waters over towards the B side of the map.
Regali going in for this one. Lunatic spotted, and that kill's going to be doing a lot of damage, but not enough to get the frag. Lunatic holds that one off nicely before Birth from Sky has a space with the smoke, and then Samey just says nope. Has a quick burst and gets a tap, but has been taken down. Unfortunately, that might not be enough, because now Riles is 1v3. Can switch to the AK, but unfortunately for him, Sobble's already put himself into a good position. Will peek into that Molotov, but goes for the duel anyway. Gets a free headshot with that AUG. AUG kind of much more viable, I would say now, even post-nerf, than it used to be, because of the fact you can have the 2900 M4A1S and still play out that AUG, which is just basically a better M4 with a scope.
Gives you that variety, right? Where if you have the A4, then really not a massive amount of difference between the A4 and the AUG.
Just fire rate, really, isn't it? I think, pretty sure. Bit of damage and fire rate is the difference.
All right, well, there we go. There's going to be quite a bit of utility damage to start off the round here. Bird from Sky pushes through the smoke. Raiko on the opposite side. Normally, there's a flash that comes through for the T player to push through the smoke, but not in this case here for Copenhagen Flames, and it means it's a pretty easy kill for Raiko. He takes a lot of damage, but opening kill goes the way of HONORIS.
Prowls working his way in. Lunatic peeks at a good timing. I thought that maybe that left side peek wouldn't work for him when he gets that kill. Unfortunately, Riles had already pushed up through Jaguar into cave quite deep, so that trade is instant. And Sammy knows now for sure that he's still in there. There's a couple of bullets gets put through that smoke.
Man advantage here for the CT side to try and finish off the round. Playing fairly passively over towards the B side of the map here. Yeah, maybe just going to be committed to the retake. They've got kits, they've got util. Fresh smoke at the front of the cave going to be making life a little bit difficult here for Copenhagen Flames, who now start to close the gap and edge in towards that B bomb site. Smoke's going to fade soon, though. Borup does have another to follow up, but Borup taking so much damage through that smoke. Oh. And Riles will fall as well.
Oh no. Oh no. It couldn't be worse. The Molotov forces Borup wide, and no chance even for that bomb plant once that was denied. Subble gets the final kill with the AUG, removes Regali. And that will get us back even at 2 rounds apiece. Copenhagen Flames back to their full eco coming in here. HONORIS have a chance to regain the lead. And it would be a bit of a shock if they were to somehow take Ancient off of Copenhagen Flames. Because Copenhagen Flames have played this map a hell of a lot this year. They had a streak of 6 in a row in January until the beginning of February. Beating teams like Falcons, Movistar. And yeah, it's been a great run for them in general.
Yeah.
Over the course of that time. They've beaten Bad News Eagles a couple of times as well. Beaten 500, good Ancient team. And guess what? Hayes, guess what? Copenhagen Flames is a full sport.
Well, there we go. No surprise there, that's for sure. And actually, they've got quite a lot of space afforded to them over towards the B side of the map here. It's actually Samey and Lunatic both doubled up towards long. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade to offset the round. Lunatic will get a kill back, not the cleanest on the attempt of the second. Riles looks to force the issue. Lunatic tucked into the corner, will get taken down. Nice shots coming through there from Riles on the jiggle peak. Now the plant's going to be coming through here from the T side, so that pressure's going to shift onto the CTs. Raiko looking for his opportunity, trying to get ahead of the game, taking initiative, making his way through cave in towards the A bomb side, able to pounce 2 points of health left remaining, but he's alive.
98 in 1 from that Tech 9 toward Raiko. They're trying to go for a trade duel, and it actually doesn't work out too badly because it puts TMB in a 1v1, but TMB does not have armor for this, and Taz does. Tap on the bomb to try and force him wide, but TMB is not biting as of yet. Taz, they don't know he's not on it, and now Step has to come in, another tap, and now he'll think he probably has to go for the hold.
Oh my god,
TMB has to peek this, and finally does, but I don't think there's time. He's done the job all himself, and Taz will go down to the bomb as well. 4 HP, poof. Guess what? Copenhagen Flames have won their force buy.
Huge balls on TMB there, not to get too scared when that first tap comes through there from Taz. He just holds his nerve, stays tucked in safely there against the wall. Taz didn't want to give away the fact that he wasn't sticking the defuse, and actually I think TMB basically wins the round there alone. Taz taps it again, but the job was already done at that point. Huge round 1 for Copenhagen Flames. That's their second force buy in the series. They've won them both here, Trav. One on Nuke, one here on Ancients as well. The one uncanny stat for Copenhagen Flames is that they got a 56% win rate on their T side of Ancients.
Yeah. That is very true indeed. So most certainly something for them to work with, but again, damage has been done, and Regali is showing a lot of himself to that Deagle. In the end, that kill does come through. Both trying to go aggressive. At least he's going aggressive with Rolls, but guess what? Subble's still here. Now it's only Bird from Sky, the leader. He gets the kill, but has to pull out the Glock, and he's only 8 HP. Subble gets it done again, and we continue to go back and forth.
Great effort there from Bird from Sky. All things considered, he needed his teammates to stand up, as you say. Regali actually left himself a bit exposed there. You can tuck yourself in safely if you position yourself correctly behind the pillar. Bit of an oversight from him. Scores get leveled up. Important that HONORIS don't allow Copenhagen Flames to pull too far ahead here on their T side. As I already suggested, it's something they do quite often. Neither team with any money coming into this next round here, Trav.
They'll buy.
Absolutely on the line.
Copenhagen
for
Flames will buy
sure.
here. Absolutely. I mean, it makes sense here for most teams, I think, in general.
Yeah.
They'd make the call to say, okay, well, let's just buy pistol armor and a bit of utility that we can get AKs in the next, and we can, you know, even maybe still do some damage on this round. No, Copenhagen Flames, very often, this is their call nearly every single time now. They know that only one player survived in the previous round. They're not wanting to get HONORIS get away from them. Even for Spite, even if it's only Mac 10s, only Tech 9s, and try and keep HONORIS within reach.
This is actually the opportunity for HONORIS, right? Where if they win this, win against the Force by 4-3, after that they get themselves a an anti-eco 5-3. And it's going to be a fast-paced round in towards the B bomb site. Decent amount of utility damage done. Players spotted out as well. Sammy actually probably should have got a kill there. That's very aggressive from Rolls. Maybe relying on the flash to come through. It is a bloodbath over on the B side of the map right now. Bird from Sky should get a kill back. Runs out of ammo. All his teammates have fallen in the process. And that was actually so much easier for HONORIS than I thought it initially would be.
I try and shoot the M4A1S over there, but couldn't get it in the hands of a CT player. But no problem, because they've won the round that's the most important one. As you say, they've finally stopped that force buy, and now, surely, I said this before, but there is zero reason for Copenhagen Flames to buy here. They have not done any damage to the economy in that previous round, and yes, they will full eco. That is something they continue to do, and they know that a CT side, or even a T side, is still at risk of being somewhat reset economically. But in this case, they know the situation. Good damage, but Sammy still gets 2. Just about gets back behind the site. Range burst from Raiko come in to finish the job. Still get 2 kills the other way, which isn't too bad. But there's the 5-3 you mentioned. And now Copenhagen Flames' buy is about to come in.
Feels like, is this the first full gun round kind of thing? I mean, okay, we've had one, I think. We've had like one or two
Even
proper
then,
full gun rounds.
Even then, I think it had one, like, you know, one MP9 or something. So it wasn't.
Yeah. AWP in play up for Sammy, certainly not the first time. Rifles across the board outside of that. 4up knows that there's a chance there could be some aggression coming through from HONORIS, which actually has been the case. That's been the default setup, right, for the CT side. Contesting mid at the start of the round, taking control, forcing Copenhagen Flames back. It's an expensive position to maintain, though. It costs a lot of utility.
Yeah, for sure. Thankfully for Copenhagen Flames' sake, they've kept hold of a lot of theirs. 1 minute 10 to go. Raiko playing on top of the smoke there toward Red Room. Can often give you a pretty decent one-way. Can be Regali working their way back through T-spawn. Bob now walking up, has Taz to face. And Taz is actually playing a pretty smart angle there.
Yeah.
Watching for the pixel of enemy crossing before falling back to the site, so at least he gets information for his team.
A bomb site going to be feeling the pressure soon enough here. You do see Raiko sort of leaning in that direction while watching mid right now. It means Taz can focus his attention on Donut. Samey there with the AWP as well. He still has a full belt of utility. Not a huge amount of time left on the clock here. It's going to be actually quite difficult for Copenhagen Flames to break down the defense here on the side. Samey up first with the orb towards default. Gets a nice shot coming through from him. Andy's found the kill on Rolls. That's going to be alleviating a lot of the pressure, because now he can just focus his attention towards a lane. Finally, Bird from Sky able to counter towards Fiddle, but it's only going to be a single kill out of him. Regardless, the last player left remaining, but this is a formality.
Oh, yeah, and now the nade takes him down to 7 HP as well. Good hold from HONORIS. The save is going to be attempted by Regali, but they're going to try and push him down on this one. He knows he has to hide, and he just about is okay. If he went down there, would have been left with no weapon and $450 to spare. HONORIS. Double the score of Copenhagen Flames, with Copenhagen Flames now having to judge what to do with this, because this is not a situation where you'd tend to see them buy too deep, but even with Regali's AK, makes you wonder if they want to put one more gun into the action, because they can afford some Galils. Just utility would be very light, of course. Tactical timeout.
Well, I mean, no surprise once again, Trav. Whenever there's even the slightest hint of there being
It's crazy, isn't
an
it?
idea to go for the force buy, they're just all over it. And you know what? I wouldn't mind playing against that as the opponents, because I'd rather play against consistent force buys than, an anti-eco and then a full buy, and then an anti-eco and a full buy where you're playing against orbs and full utility. I'd rather fancy my chances against the force buy, back my team, back the defense, your protocols. You know how to approach these sorts of rounds. See if HONORIS can make it work.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, again, this is actually a buy that is really not too bad. They've got the saved AK, they've got 2 Galils to support it with 2 MAC-10s, so it's like, okay, well, you've got 3 rifles. When you can get 3 rifles, you usually consider a buy, and T-side force buys going to be very, very popular, with the Galil being only 1800, of course, and there you go, Rals. He was always going to take Raiko there as soon as he showed himself anymore. Now, Rals has that M4 in his hands and has control of Red Room as well. Stubble's going to have a quick glance at that with the AUG. That's a nice sightline to play from with that scoped rifle. Copenhagen Flames wandering back off of that, though. Trying to
Big
rotate.
gunfight coming in towards Cave here. Lunatic's got a job to do, Trav.
He's going to get pinched. Look at this. One from right,
4
one from
players.
left. This is a nightmare. He can only get the one. That's most he probably could have done. So it's all going to be on Samey. It so often is. And he's so good at these sort of scenarios. How aggressive does he go? He goes aggressive straight away. Takes TMB, looks for the second player, and he finds Rolls as well. This is what Samey is so good at. And he's made it happen again. Regali 1v3 without his AWP, without any HP as that grenade comes in. Stubble finishes it off. And HONORIS are up to 7.
Yeah, those HE grenades doing so much damage to Regali. Huge impact out of Samey. I love how he just takes the initiative in the early stages there. So he gets the kill before Copenhagen Flames get onto the sides. Then he repositions himself. Rolls unfortunately hesitated. I think if Rolls keeps pushing through there, he probably gets the trade onto Samey. But it's difficult to ask that out of him. And it's going to be another force buy. I mean, obviously, bomb plants and max round loss bonus, the investments do start to get better and better here for Copenhagen Flames. I wonder if it ever gets frustrating as a player to have to play this type of a system where you...
Yeah, it's funny you should say that, because I was actually thinking exactly the same thing. I wondered if, like... Okay, I'll get back onto that in a moment, because Samey's about to be pushed once again. Brilliant hold in the previous round, but he only gets 1 in this, and Lunatic only goes 1 for 1 as well. So Borup looking for an aggressive play once again, but this time Raiko bests him. That was not, for me, a duel that needed to be taken. Taz goes for the long-range spray and holds it down nicely. Gets away with his kill. And HONORIS now 8 on the board. Copenhagen Flames, of course, they continue to force buy as they do, and it leaves them in a situation where, again, they're betwixt and between here, because they can kind of buy. And if they force bought in the previous rounds, then why would you not force buy here? That's the argument you make. But, yeah, I was going to say, I mean, it does make you wonder if some of his teammates, Sperfum's teammates, sort of considers, I don't really want to do this, but you're my IGL, I listen to you.
Exactly. Regardless, just disconnected from the server, but himself and TMB, they're sitting there thinking right now, please, Bird, please don't call for the force. Let's just half buy. Let's just get some upgraded pistols. I want my AWP. I want an AK. And it's actually been a really good performance coming through from HONORIS. They've been able to deal with pretty much everything that's been thrown at them. Dealing with the aggressive plays, able to make the later rounds work as well. Contesting mid early on are HONORIS, and then they start to pivot back and play a bit more passively. Locking down the bomb sites. Samey's been dynamic with his AWP, right? He's had an impact on both sides of the map already. 13 and 7. He's certainly been performing at a decent level throughout the series.
We have a quick technical pause because I believe a PC restart needs to be sorted, and as you mentioned as well, I think Regali is sorting that one out as well. I think maybe he's taking the opportunity to do some of that too. According to our observer, Jonas, apparently it's Taz who's looking to restart his PC. So the HUD will catch up in a minute. Of course, there aren't 2 RALs, 2x RALs. It's that'd be a scary world. There you go. There's the reset, and then we can see exactly the story that we're left in. It's now 4v4.
I'd rather have 1 Rals and 1 Regali than 2 Rals.
I agree with you. No, not to beat up on Rals or anything. He had a good last map, but, you know, we love Regali.
I think we just should run it with the 4v4.
Professional wingman?
Spice things up a little.
Professional wingman on hostage maps? Something like that? You know what I've wanted for so long?
Maybe...
I've
Yeah,
wanted
go
a
for it.
hostage map tournament badly. But that config apparently is really hard to figure out for like tournament like organizers. I heard from a few
Okay.
ESEA people. That's just not available for them. So yeah, I've wanted this for a long time, but I think it's going to take us a while to have my dream of a hostage map tournament. Just think Office, Agency, all the legendary maps, Insertion, being played professionally. Need
What
some of
was the one?
that.
Was it Assault? Was that also...
Yes, it
It was the one with
was.
like the massive warehouse?
Yes, that was
And you
Assault.
would spawn in the car park as the CTs.
You're absolutely right.
Oh man, that was such a good map. I love that. There was the vent that came through from outside.
Yeah, to get onto the roof and get down the vents.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
it's a
Come out on the
classic.
rafters down onto the catwalk.
That is a true
Yeah,
classic.
that is a really good map. That map was OG. Back into the game we go, though. Trav, thankfully, the issues haven't persisted for too long, and it is going to be an important round here. Copenhagen Flames, they're starting to slip behind the game here, and they've gone for the force buy. Regalia has no utility. There's a few Galils in the mix as well, and they're not letting up on the pressure.
This is okay. This is like kind of like a full buy round, really, though. I mean, they've got some Galils, sure, and maybe like a utility, but not enough to make a play.
Regalia wants his AWP, though, man.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. Regalia has been AWPless on this T side, basically, so far, and Sami's doing it all again. So many times he's been stepping up on this B side defense. Nutik has always been there to bail him out as well. Taz will get stopped as he checks mid, but that was always going to help out Sobel for a quick trade. Rals now 1v4. And HONORIS, this is proving to be a rough half.
Yeah.
For Copenhagen Flames, I expected 5, which they obviously could still get, but HONORIS are on track for a 12-3 at the moment.
Doesn't feel like a team who are as competent as Copenhagen Flames are normally on the half as they look right now. You know, not too much depth here, Trav. How often have we seen them just fall back on the very aggressive option towards the B bomb side up ramp with Util over the top, just running into Sami's scope, hoping that they're able to trade him out? It's not sustainable. It's not inspiring. There's not a huge amount of innovation. Normally, we see far more dynamic T sides coming through from Copenhagen Flames, but this has just been pretty plain, pretty basic.
Oh, that's a great entry from Rals, but he can't follow it up. Ryko was always going to be there. The bomb was most certainly in the CT's possession. And HONORIS 9-3. Looking way too good at the moment. Copenhagen Flames, we saw have a couple of rounds that work out for them, and in the end, they have a few that go the wrong way. They continue to force buy to keep the HONORIS economy low, but that hasn't worked. But in the time it takes for that not to work, they get to full loss bonus, right? So that means they can continue to buy exactly like this. But again, limited utility. Copenhagen Flames do not know the meaning of the word eco.
No, I mean, Regalia hasn't had any utility in these past 2 rounds, Trav. Nothing at all to speak of. He's 2-9 right now. He's just having a tough time of it. He needs his utility, needs his AWP. It's another opening kill here for the CT side. Yeah. Copenhagen Flames looking to try and take control in towards middle early on. Borup going to get taken down by Sami. There's a lot of attention in towards middle right now for the CT side. And they're going to be able to mop up on the defense.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it has much plan behind that for Copenhagen Flames. Just take mid, try and walk up toward Red Room, and guess what? They got wiped out. Regali, long range, spotted. Sami dinked through the cobble. That can't be removed. Holds the line. Sami up to 17-8 on this defense. Sobel's 13-3. This is exactly what we need to see from HONORIS' stars to give them a chance in this one. But Copenhagen Flames are certainly making it easy for them. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Regali, I mean, you mentioned, right? Like, not having the AWP, wouldn't say it's the end of the world on T-side Ancient, because, you know, it's hard to get the AWP into the action anyway. But at the same time, at least try and get him on the AWP once or twice. None at all with rifles and no utility.
And there are a few obvious easy options with the AWP to try and find opening picks in the round, like, for example, going towards B ramp and getting boosted up on the box and just holding an angle towards long. It's not like they've taken 40 or 50 seconds in the round where they've played slowly to try and give their players time to find those picks. They're just hard committing towards executes without really forcing any rotations or getting any advantages in the round.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty bleak, and they've invested a lot here, Trav. For a team that are only guaranteed $3,400, they've overinvested. This is reliant on a bomb launcher.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just the way it is again for them, it seems. And HONORIS, I mean, I mentioned their results on Ancient haven't been too great. They don't actually really play it that much. They've only played it once this year. That was against Apex in the Bet Boom event, and they lost at 16-10. But, you know, it's not like it's an application of their permaban or anything, so they're just happy to have it there as one they can play. It's not their favourite. Either way. Oh, look at that. That's what the AWP can do for you. Raz is just jump spotting and Semi rips his head off beautifully. Lunatic goes aggressive, taking control of the outside of B doors. Bomb is still outside there, so it's recoverable for Copenhagen Flames. But again, even though they're taking Donut and taking it well, they don't have any control with that bomb.
Lunatic, he's the man on the mission right now. He's also on an island. No support at all. Doesn't need any, though. Great double kill and spray down coming through from him. Gonna add another to the tally as he takes down Regali. His tough times continue here on Ancient. 11-3, the imminent scoreline. And these are this is a hot streak coming through from HONORIS right now. The scoreline was what? 3-all, I think, at one point.
It was that close, I believe. Copenhagen Flames did start off pretty decently. They did win the pistol
it was
round.
3-all. In fact, Copenhagen Flames were actually ahead 3-2, Trav.
So that's...
They've lost 9 consecutive rounds.
That's not great. That is not great. And again, as you mentioned, with lack of a bomb plant, again, you mentioned, like, they needed the bomb plant to prioritize a decent buy on this final round. And sure, again, they have Galils, they have some players on utility, but Raz is left without it. Regalian has a smoke. Same for TMB. I don't know, man. Some of these force buys, when it doesn't work for Copenhagen Flames, it looks very, very rough.
Yeah, that's true. It looks ugly. Yeah.
When it does, we say, "Oh wow, okay, they've limited the CT economy. Well done." But this is a great example, this map, of how when it doesn't work for Copenhagen Flames, it looks ugly.
Yeah, for sure. Limited for resources again here. A little bit of util being used to try and gain control in towards mid. Taz holding an incredibly tight angle, just spotting the pixels. We'll see a couple players crossing and heading in his direction. Sobel up close. Not going to be able to get a single kill, but Raiko certainly will. Holds down the line. Man advantage in play now. Incendiary deployed. Keeps those players at bay. And he's going to be buying time for rotations to come through from his teammates as well. Copenhagen Flames haven't been able to breach the site just yet, although that is a big opening kill coming through from Borup. Lunatic. No, timing couldn't have been worse, but Borup doesn't actually see him.
I don't think so. I think you're absolutely right. Now, TMB, he needs to be the one to do the heavy lifting here, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter one jot. Samey's in position again, and when you finish after 20 kills, you know it's been a bit of a banger. It's going to be HONORIS 12-3, looking very solid. We're going to go to a very quick break. When we're back, Ancient will conclude.
Hey Future Pros! I saw Big doing a nifty little boost on Nuke during the European Minor Open qualifiers, so I thought I'd quickly show you all how to recreate it. To do this boost, you'll need 2 Future Pros and 1 AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be acting as the stool. It's important work and your contribution is appreciated. Run over and hop onto the far left railing and crouch down. When Future Pro 2 is on your head, stand when they jump and then just chill out. Future Pro number 2, you will get to have all the fun. Follow Future Pro 1 and get onto their head using the close railing. Jump again to allow your stool to stand. Now aim towards this gap and line yourself up so this railing lines up with the edge of the direct close wall. Position your scope so you're aiming just below the painted blue section. Then fire your AWP when the timer is just about to change from 148 to 147. Here you can see the exact moment when CSN made his shot. And that's it. With a bit of luck and a willing teammate, I'm sure you can hit this shot at least 1 in every 100 rounds. Good luck. Hey Future Pros! Locking down mid as a CT can put you in a good spot in a round of Ancient. So let's check out the smoke incendiary combo that the Chad Sponge Birchall likes to throw. Get into the middle of the doorway just before the stairs. Aim to the vines at the extended leafy bit and throw your smoke. Then quickly position your crosshair at the tip of this leaf and walk forward and throw the incendiary instantly. These nades will surely make the T's mad and make them hopefully respect the util. If you want to change it up, you can also throw your incendiary at the same smoke lineup for a deep coverage of the elbow area.
This year, Copenhagen Flames have played Ancient 14 times. They've only lost it 3 of those times, and those instances were Astralis, Voivode, and Bad News Eagles. Not exactly bad teams to lose to. This time, they're seemingly getting absolutely outplayed by HONORIS. Too many T-side force buys for my liking. Let's see if HONORIS can take us to a third.
I mean, they should certainly, right? After such a phenomenal performance in their first half, they're going to be leading the charge in towards the B bomb site. Thralls is tucked into the corner, spots it out. Great clean first tap coming through from him. Able to add a second to the tally. That gives his team the man advantage here on the retake, Trav.
That's a good hold from Riles, to be fair. Very tough to get 2 kills with the USP from such close range when you get overrun like that. Stayed calm. Bomb will go down, though. That does certainly help HONORIS, even if they don't win this pistol round. Regali and Borup on the big flank. Regali 2 and 12. Not what we're expecting him so far, but now he's got the CT side to try and work out, but it might not even work out for him at all. Raiko pushes deep, gets both kills. Now Borup and Regali have to show up. The kills come through, but now it's a 1v1. Regali gets the kill in the open, and he gets it done. There you go. Regali does not need to have a good first half to look so good in a pistol round. Impact frags for Regali, and that is the start to the road for Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah, double kill, doubles his kill count, does Regali.
Yes.
And it is going to be a vital pistol round that goes the way of Copenhagen Flames, but there's still so much work to be done, obviously. I'm sure we'll see a force back here from HONORIS after they get the bomb plants and the pistol round that they lose. There we go, the investment starts to come through. So Copenhagen Flames need to win here, make it 12-5, anti-eco 12-6, and the first gun round 12-7. Those are all must-win rounds. If you lose any of those, you pretty much lose the map in the process.
You're not wrong. TMB falling behind that smoke, and it's going to try and pop straight through it, and the flash is so good. Oh, the timing of that could not have been better to help Taz get that opening. MP9s towards Donut. Not much you can do with them, I'm afraid. And guess what? Force buy is going to work out by the looks of things. The guy will try and be popped through, but Taz recovers nicely. Short, Riles gets the trade, but Borup low, no kit in play.
Oh, nice.
Raiko removes Riles. They've sorted this one out again. The force buy on the T side is just way, way too strong after that bomb plant comes through. And if Borup saves this M4 on 10 HP, it'll be a minor miracle.
Such an easy option there from HONORIS as well, just going in towards the A bomb site on the force buy. It's going to be very unfortunate and a bit frustrating for Copenhagen Flames that that's how they go on to lose the round. A4 going to be recovered there as well. 13-4 Copenhagen Flames. They've got no money at all. And Trav, I think actually winning the pistol and then losing to the force is worse than just losing the pistol and then winning the round afterwards, actually. Because you get 2 counts of round loss bonus when you lose the pistol, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Copenhagen Flames only have 1 now because they lose the force. They're going to force back in response. 14-4 if they lose, 15-4 straight afterwards, map over. So pretty much everything hinging on this force buy right now.
Yeah. So every choice really. Samey, no helmet on TMB. Insta headshot. Regali not shooting to peak, so he could get some good timing here. Taz is going to be in the open. There's one headshot. And now Riles is in the action as well. All 3 players here, but they're fighting through to it really nicely. And there's the headshot from Raiko.
Oh, man.
Borup, P250, last left.
Felt a bit individualistic there. Not a great amount of synergy in terms of players peeking with one another. So HONORIS are actually able to kind of get each of those kills individually or in isolation. 14-4. Force buy goes awry. They'll just force up again. Have Copenhagen Flames had... I think they've had like one full buy, and that was after they were up 3-2. I'm pretty sure it's the only time we've actually seen them with a full buy where everybody's had more than enough to get 4 pieces of utility, the best possible rifle,
Oh,
and an AWP.
I don't know, man. It's the Copenhagen Flames Force Buy
Copenhagen
Challenge.
Copenhagen Forces, more like.
Copenhagen Forces. That is, I don't know why I didn't think of that one first. You're just better than me.
Oh, please. Look at this, HONORIS, they're doing it again. They're just going straight
TMB.
towards the bomb site.
1, 2. Oh, I was feeling like a big cleanup with the Mag 7, but still, he does a great job to get both. HONORIS trying to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. A again. But this time they do meet the Swag 7.
Yeah, they've run into some resistance. Man advantage in play here for Copenhagen Flames. Still a decent chunk of time left on the clock. That's what HONORIS are trying to play with right now. They're giving Sobel time to work his way in towards mid. Also just hoping the longer that they take here, the more Copenhagen Flames might start to think that HONORIS are going to be going towards the opposite side of the map. The bomb carrier has actually been spotted, so now Raiko will get forced backwards.
Problem for Copenhagen Flames is, again, they may have chosen incorrectly on their stack toward A. You can understand why they have to stack, but when it's a 4v3, I do kind of think, even with these pistols, that splitting 2-2 could be better. But anyway,
Well,
looks like they might
their
be guessing
gamble's going to
correctly.
work out. Yeah, exactly. All 4 of their players are going to be rooted on the same bomb site right now. 3 players coming through from Donut. Borup looks away to avoid the flashbang. That's going to cost him his life, but there's still actually a number of threats here. Obviously, in the site itself, great clean kill coming through there from Lunatic as he looks to try and keep his bomb planter alive. Plant does come through. There's a chance for Sobel. Regali's low. Sobel gets back around the corner, but there's 2 players standing out in the open. Laboured spray there from Sobel. Regali will get the third frag in the round for himself. And Copenhagen Flames keep themselves alive, but only just Trav.
Yeah, if he took that kill really quickly on toward Rals, then Regali being low, and also in the midst of picking up the AK to actually help out, I think he probably would have got that one done, but not to be, and it's a lifeline for Copenhagen Flames. It's a question of how long they can stay alive.
Also, just about trying to stem that momentum a little bit, right? Just trying to cut down a bit of the confidence that HONORIS have got right now. Build up a bit of confidence of their own to go into Inferno. Which is a map that HONORIS have a lot of experience on. They haven't had fantastic results on the map lately, but they know how to play the map. They know their style. On a good day, they can still certainly make it work.
Yeah. The plant, of course, as well, does give HONORIS a pretty decent buy.
True. No money for Copenhagen Flames if they lose this round as well, Trav, so they'll just lose the map straight afterwards.
Boost coming in, TMB seems wary of it. Not really giving it a glance just yet. He does catch it in the end, just as Lunatic advances above it.
Couple forward positions here for HONORIS. Player in red room, you got Taz and Donut, Raiko and Cave. Huge kill out of him. Look at what that's done to the minimap. A massive amount of rotations coming through. Sobel drops the volley. Bird from Sky swings out. Wise from him. He'll get the kill. It costs him his life. Sobel essentially trades himself out in the meantime. Raiko has assumed control of the B bomb site. Borup's here though.
Oh.
And he will get a massive gunfight going his way.
That's big.
There's still time here though, Trav.
Oh, if Regali was just a second too late on being ready for that, there would have been a chance for Taz to get a cheeky kill. But anyway, as it is, Samey, 1v3, and believe in him in most rounds, but the timing here doesn't favour him too much, but he does find Borup. Thing is, you know that Molotov will hold back a rotation. Okay, Regali just doesn't care. He just goes straight through the molly. That's actually really dangerous. Really, really dangerous. Because I know Samey's low, and of course they all know it too, with the information transferred over. Now the HP is so low that they're so easy to take down, and Samey's going to get it done! There was no need for a guy to go through that molly. No need, my friend. Samey, again, a sick clutch. 25-10. HONORIS, 10 map points.
Oh man, I mean, if things are going from bad to worse for Copenhagen Flames, making poor decisions, rounds that they should
He was the only
certainly
full
win.
HP player. Why?
Yeah. Rush of blood to the head, man. When you're struggling, when you're having a bad game, mistakes start to creep in more and more, right?
Oh, goodness me. That is
One of those situations where you just want to force the issue. You just want to get the job done type of thing.
Yeah, I know, and they just didn't. It's a case of needing to be patient, and they weren't. Most certainly were
Exactly.
not. I like, as I said, but they would be absolutely certain. Borup would have given the information over. Listen, I've tagged him up low, and Regalia wanted to try and deny anything immediately, but there was just no need for that. Same with another 1v3. I think that's his second this game, if I'm not mistaken. There was one on Nuke, definitely a 1v2. I'm not sure if it was a 1v3, but it may have been. It was still a sick clutch either way. And he's done it again. There will be another PC restart for Taz, by the way. That's why he's gone missing from the server. This is a technical pause.
Yeah, Copenhagen Flames, they've also gone missing from the server, Trav.
You're not wrong. Brother man, you are not wrong.
Pretty
That
rough, man.
is-
Pretty rough on a map that they've just been so impressive on lately. They just haven't pitched up at all here.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what the comms were at that particular moment, because I've known Regali and watched him play so much for him to not to make errors like that. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he thought that the Molotov was in a very early stage of burning, so he wouldn't take that much damage running through it. But it was already like a second or two that it was down. So obviously, as we know, Molotovs do more damage the longer they've been burning for. Maybe he thought there was not as much time on it, and okay, I can get through with 70 HP to spare. And no, in fact, he can get through with 40 to spare. And as you saw, there weren't two headshots from Semi to win that clutch either. It was just two body spams. So it really made
And
the
he had
difference.
no health as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we didn't even really think that mistake there from Regali was going to cost Copenhagen Flames the round, but Sami has just been phenomenal. Shout out to
Pretty
Raiko as well.
wild.
Also had a great performance here on Ancients, I must say. Everybody
Yeah,
has
it's
stood
been
up when
good.
they've needed to so far from HONORIS. Even though they lost their own map pick in overtime, they've come back fighting. Taz back on the server. HUD will catch up soon enough, and then we'll get back into the game. Just updating everybody in terms of the action going on in the other servers. Sprout versus Ecstatic. That game is done. 2-0. Won by Ecstatic.
Yep, there you go.
So Sprout will drop into that lower bracket. Aurora also 2-0 Apex. Forza versus 1 win. That's going to be going to a decider, as will this series.
Interesting stuff. Force trying to push that one further. And Sprat versus
Yeah,
Apex is
obviously-
actually, funnily enough, a rematch of the game they played in Challenger League the other day. So
Okay, that's exciting.
that is the game that I did, that you showed up for and had a quick chat with me about. So
That's true, yeah, as his debut, or at least one of his first games. I think it was his
was.
debut, Sami.
it was as a debut, correct.
Oh my god, well, okay. This is
There's
just
no
outright
debut anymore
domination.
in this map. This one's over.
Blink and you would have missed it, yeah. Round over before it even begun there for Copenhagen Flames. And this is just a formality now, Trav.
It is. Riles and Bird from Sky. 2 5-7s remaining. Smokes are up. Bomb's going to go down. HONORIS, superb performance here. Can't deny it. Copenhagen Flames, as you said earlier, more like Copenhagen Forces on this one. They just could not win a force buy to save their life.
And they had a lot of them, Trav. They had a lot of...
And they had a lot of them.
There were a number of force buys.
I
mean,
think in
actually
general,
probably close to double digits even.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I think overall, as Riles will fight for his life, but this map's done. There it is. 16-5 for HONORIS. I think overall, for me, there were about 2 or 3 force buys that truly, really didn't make sense. The rest
Yeah.
I got, because they had, majority rifles, utility, at least on one player. They were fine. But some of the early ones that let HONORIS get a comfortable 12-3 at half, I think really told the tale of how messy that was for Copenhagen Flames. And that mistake from Regali running through the Molotov, that makes you wince, doesn't it?